Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're unlocking a really fascinating digital economy that is kind of just hiding right in plain sight. We're going to look at how you can turn that smartphone sitting right next to you into a literal moneymaker. And honestly, the absolute best part, you do not need a massive following to pull this off. We're breaking down a highly specific, incredibly in-demand content style that brands are literally scrambling to pay creators for right now.
I know, it sounds almost way too good to be true, doesn't it? But really ask yourself, how are everyday, regular people getting paid up to $500 for a single 15-second video? I mean, they aren't celebrities, they definitely don't have super expensive studio equipment, they are just using a very specific, repeatable framework. And we are going to unpack that entire thing in this explainer today.
So, to really understand this, we need to define exactly what we're talking about here. UGC ASMR. Think of it as a mashup of two massive internet trends. First, you've got UGC, or user-generated content. That simply means real, everyday people making videos for brands. Skipping the polished, high-budget commercial actors. Second is ASMR, which stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. But in marketing terms, this just means using really calming, satisfying soft sounds paired with highly detailed visuals. When you combine that raw authenticity of UGC with the sensory richness of ASMR, you get this incredibly powerful style of video that feels super real and deeply, deeply engaging. And the financial incentive here is absolutely real. Brands are currently paying anywhere from $50 to well over $500 per video for this exact stuff. Now, sure, the range depends on the specific brand's budget and the exact deliverables they need, but just think about that return on investment for a second. This is for a video that, as you'll see in a minute, literally takes just minutes to film and edit. It's a highly lucrative skill and anyone can learn it. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is the exact blueprint for our masterclass today. 1. Why brands love UGC ASMR. 2. Essential sound and visual triggers. 3. The 15-second formula. 4. Step-by-step production. And 5. Landing deals and avoiding mistakes. Section 1. Why brands love UGC ASMR. High conversions and trust. So, why do brands actually pay for this? Well, it solves 3 massive marketing problems for them. First off, ASMR videos just hold attention way longer. People naturally want to watch all the way to the end to hear that final, satisfying sound, right? Which means more watch time and ultimately more sales. Second, these videos feel super personal. Consumers just inherently trust a regular person reviewing a product way more than some slick, traditional ad. And third, the algorithms on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts absolutely love and heavily push this short-form, high-retention content. Now, you might be wondering if there's even a market for that random product you have lying around your house. Just look at this list. The sheer variety of industries actively hunting for UGC ASMR is wild. Skincare and beauty are obviously huge, but it extends to food and beverage, candles, home goods, fashion, tech, supplements, even cleaning products. Basically, if a product has a texture, makes a sound, or even just comes in a package, there's a brand out there willing to pay for an ASMR video of it. This opportunity is wide open across virtually every niche. Section 2. Essential sound and visual triggers, creating the sensation. To really nail UGC ASMR, you have to master 2 completely different types of triggers. Over on the sound side, we are talking about actions like gently tapping on a product's packaging, crinkling wrappers, maybe the sound of liquid pouring or fizzing, soft whispering, clicking lids open, or even slowly scratching a textured surface. But listen, audio is only half the battle here. You've got to pair those sounds with visual triggers. Think extreme close-up texture shots, incredibly slow product application, really deliberate unboxing movements, swirling creams. You get the idea. It is the combination of hearing that crisp crinkle or watching a slow, deliberate movement that actually creates the magic. Now, what's really interesting here is that this is basically your ultimate cheat sheet. Seriously, mentally bookmark these exact actions for whatever props you decide to use. Let's say you have a skincare serum. You're going to want the distinct click of the lid, the visual of the slow application, and maybe the swirling of the liquid itself. Brands already know these specific triggers work like a charm to hack human attention, and they fully expect to see and hear them in the content they're buying from you. Section 3. The 15-second video formula, the perfect timeline. This is it, the holy grail. Every successful 10 to 15-second UGC ASMR video follows this exact narrative arc, broken down into highly rigorous 3-second intervals.
Check this out. From 0 to 3 seconds, you have your hook shot. This is a tight close-up where you tap or scratch the product to instantly grab attention. Boom. Then 3 to 6 seconds is the texture shot. You swirl or crinkle the product. 6 to 9 seconds is the reveal shot, where you slowly open it. 9 to 12 seconds is the application, showing you actually using it or showing the immediate results. And finally, 12 to 15 seconds is the closeout, setting it down gently, letting the sound naturally fade. It's a perfect, satisfying little mini story.
Look how visually simple this formula is when you map it out like this. It takes what feels like a super daunting creative task and literally turns it into a simple, repeatable recipe. Hook, texture, reveal, application, closeout. You absolutely do not have to reinvent the wheel for every brand you work with. You just apply this exact 5-shot sequence to whatever product they mail you. Stick to the formula and you are delivering exactly what they're paying for.
Section 4. Step-by-step production guide from setup to send. Okay, so production really just comes down to 4 very basic steps. Step 1, set up your space. You need a completely 100% quiet room. Turn off the TV, silence your phone notifications, all of it. And use natural window light. It's literally free and it looks incredibly professional. Step 2, filming. Now the big secret here, you do not film it all in one long take. Nope. You film each shot from the formula separately, doing the actions incredibly slowly and deliberately. Step 3 is editing, which is just compiling those short clips. And step 4 is hitting send, giving the brand the final files and getting paid.
Let's completely demystify the editing process right now. You absolutely do not need an expensive Adobe software subscription. You can string all these clips together using totally free apps like CapCut in under 5 minutes. Since you filmed everything as short, separate clips, all you're doing is importing them, trimming them down to the absolute best 2 to 3 seconds for each shot, and arranging them in order. Hook, texture, reveal, application, closeout. Export it at the highest quality, and boom, your video is completely finished.
Section 5. Landing deals and avoiding mistakes. Securing the bag.
So the crucial point here is really understanding the difference between an amateur submission and a professional standard. Amateurs, they film in noisy spaces. Professionals know that absolute quiet is totally required to let those ASMR sounds pop. Amateurs move way too fast. They rush the reveal. Professionals use incredibly slow, deliberate actions to really build up that sensory satisfaction. And amateurs, they always have shaky footage because they're holding the phone in their hands. Professionals always rest their phone on a stable surface or just use a cheap little tripod.
Honestly, these critical mistakes will get your video rejected so fast. Background noise absolutely kills ASMR. Bad lighting with harsh, weird shadows, it just makes the product look cheap. Muffled sound ruins the entire sensory effect. And maybe the biggest one, ignoring the brand's brief. You absolutely must read their instructions carefully and follow them to the letter. Oh, and a quick pro tip, always do multiple takes of every single shot, so you actually have options when you're sitting down to edit.
All right, so once you have your skills perfectly dialed in, where do you actually find these brands? Well, there are dedicated platforms literally waiting for you. Billo, for example, is a UGC marketplace specifically for video creators. It is fantastic if you're just starting out. Then you've got Fiverr and Upwork, where you can list your freelance ASMR services to brands that are already actively searching for creators. And hey, if you're feeling a bit more confident, you can absolutely pitch brands directly through Instagram DMs. The platforms are out there to match wherever you are right now with brands that have open budgets.
You see, this is an ecosystem that is already built and eagerly waiting for your content. You don't have to go cold calling local businesses out of the phone book or anything crazy. Whether you're setting up a portfolio on beacons.ai, jumping into the TikTok creator marketplace, or using a dedicated UGC app, these platforms are directly connecting brands with creators every single minute of the day. The entire infrastructure is already there. You literally just need to step into it.
And I really want to hammer home this incredibly empowering core message one more time. You do not need a large following. This is such a massive misconception. Brands are buying the content from you to run on their own ads and their own pages. They truly do not care if you have literally 0 followers on your personal account. What they want is quality content, properly lit, with crisp sound, perfectly following that 15-second formula. It completely levels the playing field for anyone with an eye for detail.
And before we wrap, we definitely have to give a huge nod to our source material for this explainer. This highly actionable framework comes straight from Mrs. Jackson and AI Mob Skool. They are doing an absolutely incredible job of teaching exactly where AI and digital trends intersect with real, practical skills that are paying regular people actual money.
So, I want to leave you with this somewhat provocative challenge based on everything we've just covered. What product is sitting on your desk or maybe your kitchen counter right now that you could film using this exact 5-shot formula in the next 10 minutes? Think about it. You've got the phone, you know the pacing, and you know exactly what brands are looking for. The only thing left to do is press record. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Now go create something satisfying.